welcome to him. Darren, happy birthday.
Well,
you were fined by the Electoral Commission, as you well know, of £20,000 for false declarations of campaign spending. You appealed and you won that appeal. How do you feel now?
Excellent. I mean, I was completely exonerated. The judge, this wasn't a reduction of a fine. This wasn't the judge saying that the decision was unreasonable. This was the judge quashing their entire notice. 3 years of my life have been absolute hell because of this quango, which is incompetent and not fit for purpose. And I feel that a massive weight has been lifted off of my shoulders.
It was also referred to the Metropolitan Police. What's happened with that investigation?
So, the Metropolitan Police wrote a very stinging letter, I don't know if anyone saw it, to about the Electoral Commission, saying that their investigation, they hadn't handed over documents, relevant documents. You know, if you can't disclose key evidence that could indeed exonerate me further, then you've got to ask what this commission is doing.
And is that going to continue, that investigation?
I have no idea.
Right.
My solicitor has wrote to them today saying that the judge has completely quashed this notice and therefore, you know, what stage will react.
How much did it cost? No, you and them. Go on.
So, I mean, £500,000 the Commission has spent.
Taxpayers' money.
I fundraised, so I will always be eternally grateful to everyone online who donated and allowed me to get to this point where I've cleared my name. But I fundraised £95,000 online. Right,
and just separately, to be clear, Vote Leave was found guilty of breaching electoral law in terms of campaign spending and fined £61,000. They decided to drop their appeal. Why?
Well, the money. It's expensive to do this, right? I mean, I would have went bankrupt had I lost this. And some people, you know, aren't in a position where they've got nothing to lose, which I didn't have anything to lose. So it was all or nothing for me. It's 3 investigations. They cleared me twice. They opened a 3rd investigation after pressure from wealthy Remain activists. And I don't think it is a conspiracy theory, actually.
Can you prove that?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Okay, there was a judicial review by the Good Law Project, which is led by a wealthy Remain QC. And after that, the Commission opened a 3rd investigation. Now, that to me isn't coincidence.
They haven't even properly closed it, because after you were acquitted totally and exonerated, they then said, well, we're now considering an appeal.
Right.
My goodness me, after £500,000. This is taxpayers'
But are we
money.
saying...
I completely agree with Miranda that we need openness and transparency in this, and the Commission never, ever suggested that I was anything other than open and transparent throughout the 3 investigations. But you cannot have this quango that is judge, jury and executioner being the provisional wing of the Remain campaign.
But that's the point, because they fined the Liberal Democrats, as I mentioned, but they also fined the official Remain campaign, now known as Open Britain, £1,250 for wrongly reporting its spending. So it's difficult to see how somehow this is, as you say, an arm of the Remain campaign.
So, yes, but 3 investigations into the same matter. They didn't do that with Remain. It's an extra level of burden and pressure applied to those who campaigned for Brexit. You see, there are still investigations open now, 3 years on, into prominent Brexit activists. That, to me, suggests there is a vendetta here.
Frances?
Well, like I say, I think you need to dial down the conspiracy stuff. I don't think that's good for democracy. I think you need to respect... We do need
Frances,
institutions.
with respect.
I am not necessarily saying there are all sorts of institutions in Britain who sometimes may get it wrong, and in your case, you've won your appeal.
They've got it wrong,
absolutely. I think I'd give you more credit if my family hadn't been hounded for 3 years, if I hadn't been hounded, if, you know, people hadn't been tweeting me on a daily basis saying, I hope you get raped in prison. That is because of this quango, that commission, and I think Ian's right, heads should roll.